Their purpose was to codify rules for the regulation of football. It was 1863, and for good measure, they declared themselves to be the Football Association. Cheers. The first game to be played by association, soon to be abbreviated to soccer rules, was between Barnes and Richmond, here on Barnes Common in London. We've asked them to do it again. The field reported of the game, very little difficulty was experienced on either side in playing the new rules, and the game was characterised by great good temper, the rules being so simple and easy of observance that it was difficult for disputes to arise. Well, we'll see that in a minute. There certainly were disputes about the new game, though. Blackheath, for one, refused to accept this namby-pamby game and went off to help found the Rugby Football Union. So rugger and soccer went their separate ways. These two teams, by the way, also later opted for rugby. You can dribble forward, but you can't pass forward. And when the ball's kicked over the line, not necessarily through the goal, the first person who gets to it has the advantage. If it's a defender, they can kick it away. If it's an attacker, they get a free kick. When the ball goes out of play, the first person who gets to it throws it in. They're supposed to throw it in at right angles to the touchline, and they just throw it in to start the game again. The keener-witted of you will have noticed that there's no crossbar over the goal, and there's no ref, and so far, no rows whatsoever. If the ball comes at you in the air, you can catch it and make a mark, and then you have to start the game by kicking it again. The score in the first game of soccer ever played under the FA rules was 0-0. Looks as if it's going to be the same this afternoon. You'll also have noticed that there are no goalkeepers yet. That doesn't make a vast amount of difference at present. It's still a very good game. Shows where I know. It's 1-1 at half-time. Nail-biting.
One of you Richmond boys get off as 11 of you are!
There is one hangover from the great medieval war of football where people were almost killed, broken heads, broken arms, broken legs, and it says, Rule 13, no player should be allowed to wear projecting nails, iron plates, or gutta percha on the soles or heels of his boots. Glad they kept to that one.
Hitting a long one, and he's gone in! Amazing! The most extraordinary goal possibly that's ever been scored in a European game. Arsenal equalised!
Football continued to evolve, it still does, but on the bedrock of those FA rules. In 1866, the FA introduced the offside rule so that the ball could be played forward. And as it progressed, it became in the 19th century a game of two classes. In the north, the apprentices were given days off. In Sheffield, it was Wednesday. And they began to play and draw in crowds and get more time off for training and make money, and that was the beginning of the professional game. When Blackburn defeated the Old Etonians in the FA Cup in 1891, their triumph over the old school could be said to have marked the death of the amateur gentleman's game. Football had become a money-making professional sport. By now it was predominantly working class. World War I posters issued by the FA beckoned good sportsmen to enlist into the rank and file fighting on the Somme. And because of this rule book, the British Empire flashed the English game around the world. A pandemic of football swept first through Europe, on to Russia, and then further afield as British workers took the game abroad. On British trade routes to Africa and South America, sailors organised friendly games with the locals. The Santos Club in Brazil, later to be Pelé's team, was formed in 1912 after a demonstration of the game by visiting British sailors. And FIFA, the game's world governing body, was formed as early as 1904. Today, it has more members than the United Nations. Football is the single most shared cultural creation on the planet. Nothing else comes close. It's played and followed by people of every creed, every colour, on every continent. It's the repository of and expression of every human instinct. It's where we place our tribal loyalties, our nationalism, and our internationalism too. And just when you think it's all over, it can give a deep sense of belonging.
Jeff Hurst saw an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick.
It can be a huge source of national pride and confidence. Or it can take us to the depths of despair.
That look on his face, he knows he's not far from tears there. Save!
And it's a modern morality play. We spend more time discussing the fairness or not of a tackle, a ref's decision, a professional foul, an offside call, than we do on any other topic in modern ethics.
Beckham strikes.
It's where we find our modern Adonis figures, where we find beauty, grace and skill. It's a theatre of heroes and villains.
Wow, he's fired up for that.
It can cause riots or be a celebration of international cooperation. In Europe alone, the football clubs are an £8 billion business, and then there's the endorsements and sponsorship.
The great thing about football is that after sex, it's probably the world's second most popular activity. Well, certainly everywhere except the United States, football that is. And it's universal language. When you're looking to promote brands on a broad scale, footballers have become global icons. And I think they've almost become the Hollywood actors of this generation. They're so famous. Beckham is probably one of the most famous people in the world.
Now you can have the power to feel your best.
And it's not just Beckham.
Helen, that Frenchman's out there again.
Sorry, boss.
Thierry Henry, you can reel them off.
Boo!
This little book was absolutely crucial. Codifying the rules of football not only made it playable by anybody, anywhere, it made it into an international language. No other game is so discussed across the globe. No other game crosses every boundary. It provides a framework in which people all over the world can share a mutual communication of emotions, sport, frustrations, hopes and desires. It is, as Pelé said, the beautiful game.
Got Pelé now! Swings past the number 2 Ayala.
Sold 2 dummies and now has made a chance for himself. His hat-trick!
In the past, they used to build palaces and cathedrals as expressions of the national will. In Britain now, we're building Wembley Stadium. Some would say the Westminster Abbey of what many have dubbed the new world religion. Wembley, a secular cathedral where God-men battle for the adulation of their followers.